Hello everyone, so I know you're busy, so I'll make this video as quick as I can. However, I strongly encourage you to take a few minutes today to listen to this message, and maybe even save this video. This reading feels like it is honestly meant for someone who has been struggling deeply, and my hope is that it will offer you some clarity and guidance. This message isn't just about what you're experiencing now, but it's also about recognising how far you've come. So when you look back at this, I hope you'll see the strength you've gained and the obstacles you've overcome. So please give yourself this moment to reflect and take it all in. So, so the card that has come out today is the Ten of Swords, okay? Now, I'll admit, it is not the nicest card to receive. It's the energy, its energy can feel heavy and very overwhelming. And it represents some difficult experiences or emotions. But here's a positive side. This card also brings profound transformation, growth and healing. So from what I've picked up intuitively, this card really suggests that someone has actually been in a deeply challenging energy, whether it's internal struggles, mental anguish or feelings of betrayal or fears or anything like that. This chapter has not been an easy one for you. And I'm sensing that this is more of an internal challenge than an external one, especially based on the cards at the bottom of the deck, which is, you've got the Sun, the Hermit and the Queen of Cups. So I've left them out here. I feel this energy relates more to an internal challenge rather than an issue involving other people or external circumstances. This is a deeply personal chapter where you may have been wrestling with your shadows, doubts, fears or negative thoughts more than anything. That's what I'm picking up. So what this card really represents, the Ten of Swords, it's a card that can be, a feeling of being overwhelmed. The Ten of Swords brings a sense of betrayal, mental anguish and emotional overwhelm. You may feel like you've been fighting an uphill battle, whether with others or more likely within yourself. And the chaos in your mind may feel relentless, leaving you questioning why you're experiencing this or how you'll ever even move forward. So it's getting you to really face your shadows. And this card suggests that you've been confronting deep-seated fears, beliefs and insecurities. Perhaps you've been harder on yourself than you realise. And with negative self-talk or harsh internal narrative shaping your perspective, while this process can feel heavy, it's also an essential part of shadow work. It's a time of surrendering and releasing what no longer serves you. And with all the swords, I'll bring it up closer. With all the swords in the person's back, it's clear that this energy has been painful and unexpected. Yet if you look closely, you'll see that the figure's hand here is it's a blessing gesture, okay? So similar to the Hierophant actually in the tarot, this symbolises that although you may not have chosen this challenging experience, it's a sacred rite of passage meant to strengthen your spirit. So the transformation, what it's pretty much saying is that the transformation you're undergoing is a part of your spiritual journey, even if its meaning isn't really fully clear just yet, okay? So with the swords in the figure's back symbolises irrational fears, okay, that have finally caught up to him. And as well, it's there's spilled blood. I'm not sure if you can see it properly here, but there's spilled blood. And that can actually represent the need for sacrifice. So asking you to turn around and face the fears coming from behind. It's an invitation to stop expanding your energy on anxiety and instead redirect your efforts towards healing, growth and empowerment. And if you've been caught in the mindset of victimhood, which is extremely normal for you to be experiencing what you're experiencing, victimhood is a common thing to experience or to look at. It's really important to recognise how that perspective actually keeps you more trapped. So this card really encourages you to actually sacrifice and surrender the parts of your identity linked to being a victim. And as well with the Ten of Swords, it's facing your shadows. Facing your shadow means confronting and releasing what's been buried deep inside within, and those fears, doubts and anxieties that have held you back. So it's an invitation to acknowledge the darker parts of yourself without judgment and to integrate them with love and understanding. Although this process can actually be extremely painful, it leads to a profound sense of inner strength and clarity. Remember, the darkest moments often bring the greatest opportunities for a spiritual transformation. And from a personal perspective, I've personally experienced this energy of the Ten of Swords, many times, and it's a card that is generally brought me to my knees, leaving me in shock and disbelief at what I've had to face, who I've myself, the things that I've had to face about myself. But looking back, I'm actually grateful, really truly I'm grateful for those experiences. Not there and then, but now, yeah, they've shaped me into a stronger, wiser and more resilient version of myself. So the Ten of Swords reminds us that while these moments feel unbearable, but also transformative, you'll come out of this chapter seeing yourself differently, acknowledging your strength and recognizing how this experience has actually molded you into a better version of yourself. So, moving forward, although this energy may, feel unrelenting, it's guiding you to actually towards surrendering and accepting. And the first step is to make peace with what has come or what has happened or what is happening, even if it's something that you would have never chosen for yourself. This is an act of surrender, and it's not about giving up, it's about releasing resistance and finding a way to coexist with the circumstances you cannot control. Fear often thrives on avoidance, and it's like a dog chasing a car. When the car finally stops, the dog doesn't know what to do. Similarly, fear loses its power when you actually confront it directly. So please take small, courageous steps to face those thoughts or situations that intimidate you. This is not an easy process, but each step forward will bring you closer to clarity and peace. And if you've been carrying the weight of betrayal, disappointment or self-doubt, now is the time to let it go. The spilled blood in the imagery of the Ten of Swords asks you to really sacrifice old narratives or identities that keep you stuck. And you're being invited to let go of the past, not as a way of erasing it, but as means of freeing yourself from its hold. Trust that this difficult chapter is a part of your transformation. The darkest times often precede the most profound light, and spirit really has its way of revealing itself more clearly when we feel lost. So you are being guided towards growth, towards wisdom and peace, even if this path isn't visible just yet. So yes, this card can generally represent a painful experience or energy, but it also carries a powerful message of hope and transformation. The Ten of Swords really reminds you that while bad things can happen, we can't always control them. We can choose how to respond, though, with it. And by showing up with courage and surrendering what no longer serves you, you'll emerge stronger, wiser, and more aligned with your true self. So remember, the darkest times often precede the most profound light, and Spirit is with you, guiding you through this passage. And you are more resilient than you know. So I wish you all the best, my darling. Bye-bye.